You know, I always thought that I wasn't enough, but then I realized that I still wasn't. I always thought insecurity was like my biggest problem, but then God started showing me that I had a lot more problems than just that. I spent my whole life trying to be someone, but I only found fulfillment when I realized that I wasn't that guy, big dog. You know what I'm saying? My name's Matt Durst, and over the past year and a half, I've been putting out music and content with one goal, that the world sees Jesus. And honestly, since I started in April 2025, I've had my fair share of struggles and challenges along the way, but one of the biggest challenges that I've faced hasn't been the quality of the music or the content, but it's been that little voice in my head that tells me I'm not enough. Before I started releasing my music, I thought I was ready to humbly steward the dreams that God had given me, but I remember posting my first ever video for my first ever song in April 2025 when I started, and it was like the moment I pressed post, there was almost like a new realm of area that I didn't know about, that I found that I needed to surrender. I never dealt with insecurity for a long time. I used to deal with it as a kid, but all of those things I thought I was done with started coming back to the surface, and I started wondering, what do people think of me? What if no one cares? What if they don't think I'm as good as I think I am? Or what if they don't recognize the hard work I put in? What if it's all wasted? And that's when I started to crumble. I remember being so consumed with what people thought of me and the insecurities and anxiety that I didn't even want to go outside. I didn't want to leave my dorm room in college. Like, I didn't want to go because I was just worried what people would say. I always thought pride was being all puffed up and arrogant, like, look at me, I'm him. And insecurity was the opposite, where it's like, I'm not anybody. I'm awful and everyone hates me and stuff. And no one likes me and I have no friends and all of the above. But really, what I realized is that they both make you, me, whoever's the insecure or prideful one, the center of their own story. My insecurities were revealing a deeper pride inside of myself. Not a pride that says I was better than everyone else, but a pride that said I need to be enough on my own. I was placing my dependence and my value in the things that are fleeting. The things like my own opinion and my own abilities and the opinion and validation of others. When I finally admitted that I wasn't enough and stopped trying to be someone, instead of just sitting and being still with God, I realized that I could experience peace. And when I found that peace, everything changed. I was reading Paul in Philippians 4, how he was talking about being able to be content in every circumstance. Like, he had all of these ministry aspirations and all of these things he wanted to do with his life for Christ, and he was in prison, locked up, unable to do a lot of those things, and he said that he was able to be content in every circumstance. And that really got me thinking, like, dang, I'm out here stressing about some low views, stressing about, oh, do people like me? Do people care? All of that. But why would I worry when I know that I'm safe with God? And God, I mean, he has it all worked out. He has it all under control, and I just need to sit, be still. Like, I think it's Psalm 46, be still and know that I'm God. I think it's Psalm 46:10. And he says, be still and know that I'm God. I will be glorified in the nations. I will be exalted in the world. Something like that. But that's so comforting because I don't have to be someone for Christ to be glorified. In 2 Corinthians 12, Paul, again, he writes about how Christ is glorified in his weakness. He is able to admit that he's weak, admit that he's not enough. And in that, Christ is able to be seen as strong. Because Christ is truly the only one who is ever made to be seen, the only one who is ever made to be anything. And we can't try to be that. And so that's even a journey I'm still on today. And so God's reminding me that I don't have to try to be someone. I don't have to try to do something and become something. I just need to sit and trust God with my life. And a big part of that is being humble. The insecurities and the pride tell me I gotta be someone. But God says, no, humble yourself and let God be everything. And so if you're in a similar place in your life and you're worried and want to be someone and do something with your life and you're stressing about all the things in life and all the uncertainties, I want just to encourage you, like, just trust God, be still and know that he's God. Sit with him, give him everything, give him yourself, humble yourself, lay yourself down, and allow his peace to cover you. He'll be glorified in your life and you will be fulfilled. But you won't be fulfilled when you try to do it on your own, because you were never meant to carry that weight. Maybe for you, you don't know where you measure up. Maybe for you, you don't know if people believe in you. Maybe it feels like you're all alone and you got to prove yourself, or maybe you just want to feel accepted. I want to encourage you, or maybe it's something else. Obviously, there's a lot of options, but I want to encourage you just to let God be your everything. Let God be the one that sustains you and fulfills you. You weren't meant to hold those things, but God is big enough to hold everything. Thanks for watching. God bless you guys, and just run to Jesus. Let the world see Jesus.